Alright, so what we're experiencing here is a little head yoga where I shove my helmet over my head and see what happens. But okay, trying to get this little buckle fastened on the snap on the chin. There we go. Okay, so welcome to Tommy the Cheese Land. And you guys have heard enough about me complaining. Now this is the Honda, and this is the Shad seat, 2 pieces, and this is really nice. This is just how it came. I think the red stitching in here was a choice, but really just a great saddle. And finally I got the new seat in from Corbin, and here it is. And look at that thing. It is fabulous. This is a gunfighter is the style, but that is the gray bomber jacket with black stitching, the gray bomber jacket welt leather, and the leather sides as well. And then it's got the little Corbin thing on the side. But I'll tell you what, just been out a little bit. Man, that's a nice seat. This is the heated seat, stock seat, and it's probably got half the weight of this thing. This is just, man, plush. It's got a little backrest there for you. They say it's a 1,500 to 2,000 mile break-in, so we'll see what happens. But out of the box, man, it is far superior. And this is the heated comfort seat from Yamaha. And it's really just, you know, any bike I've had except for the Goldwing, the seats were just kind of lousy. And this is a really nice seat. I think it looks well with the bike. With the gray and the black. Couldn't be happier. And this thing was supposed to be a 3 or 4 week out type of deal, and I had it in, like, I don't know, a little more than a week, 10 days. I mean, it was crazy. So anyway, the Shad seat, very, very comfortable. It's sort of the longer I sit in it, the better it gets. So if anybody wants a Yamaha heated seat, let me know. Man, we got springtime today at Tommy the Cheese. Phantasmal Centaurium friggity diggity. Oh, she's walking. I thought there was a frickin' cat. It's a little doggy. It's a dog. It's a bone. That's from Scrooged. Wow. Big day. Big day. Got the new seat from Corbin. And I tell you what, I believe another home run on aftermarket seats. Like I said, I've gotten one from Mustang for another bike. The Shad is on my Honda, and this thing from Corbin in California, I got it way quicker than I thought. I thought it was going to be about a 4-week wait, something like that. But boy, I must have just caught them at a good time, because they had this thing to me in a week or 10 days. And one thing that I really have been thinking about and I want to go into is, as awful as this pandemic has been, and we're seeing a little bit of light here, which is nice. You know, we've got springtime. It's been a year under this thing, and we don't know if it's over, but apparently, I guess, with J&J has the one-shot vaccine, which is kind of cool. And I mean, that's hope. And I've gotten to talk to some other family members that have been sick, and really weren't up to talking, so that's been cool. But seriously, what I have enjoyed with this whole pandemic thing is the 6-foot bubble that has to be employed around you. I cannot tell you how much I have enjoyed having space, because people don't realize it, but man, they start crowding you, and it's like, if you're on my butt in the grocery line checkout, it's not like you're going to check out any faster, and that has been very nice, because people can get really obnoxious and not even realize it. So that 6-foot bubble thing is phenomenal. Secondly, you're wearing a mask. You can make faces at people. How good is that? You're in a store, somebody says something, as long as you don't roll your eyes or something, but you've got other avenues. That's been good for me. And then also, as I approach my golden years, whatever the hell that means, it has been a good test to see how the wife and I do around each other all the time, because I've been working from home, and it's been a year where I've been home and she's been home. So spouses, I recommend having a hobby. I recommend also marking your territory as you need to. I'm marking the little family den to have as my room. My wife has her little kind of work room with her workstation, computer, and everything like that. And then she also has the adjoining room, which is called New Hamsterdam. And it's called New Hamsterdam because a family member brought us 2 Russian dwarf hamsters, because they were found in a parking lot at an apartment complex. Anyway, we end up with them, and the 2 became 7. And so, to try to ward off the cannibal purge, because for those of you who don't know, if you get too many rodents in an enclosure, they will go ahead and, it's survival of the fittest. It gets too crowded and they start fighting and eating each other. So to avoid the cannibal purge, we then went from 1 cage to 7. So there are 7 hamster cages next to a beautifully reconditioned grand piano. So that room, like I said, is New Hamsterdam. Now, all but 3 of the hamsters have passed. Some of them were nice, and now I will give it up to my wife. She is a phenomenal keeper of rodents. I mean, it never smelled. It just, she really did a good job of keeping those cages clean. And the meanest one, whose name is Buster, is still alive, and that was the dad, and he's just cranky. So anyway, so I am taking over that other room, which is where the fireplace is, and it's, I guess you'd call it a TV room, but we don't do that much anymore of the TV watching. Is up in the bedroom on the sleep number with the 65-inch TV, and that's actually fabulous. And actually, sleep number bed, big fan. Really have enjoyed that. Probably the most comfortable bedding I've ever used. And other mattresses were, we'd buy good mattresses and stuff, but you would end up being sore some days, but this really, I mean, it's a pretty nice sleep system, and they charge you for them, but you know, it'll last probably twice as long as a conventional mattress, so you know, the money's about the same. Excuse me. Ooh, the road's closed. What the hell is going on? So those are my thoughts for today. With you know, the whole COVID thing, and the final thing where I've spent a lot more time watching YouTube, and so when I started looking around, I started seeing all this stuff about Uptown Funk, that Bruno Mars and Rod Martin, or whatever the dude's name is, can't remember what his name is, but anyway, so I'm seeing all this Uptown Funk stuff. Now, keep in mind, I haven't listened to music really since about 1994. So my whole catalog is from the you know, 60s, 70s, 80s, and some 90s stuff, and some stuff that I picked up from my kids. But anyway, blah 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 blah. So I watched the videos and stuff. I'm like, you know what? That's a catchy little song. Now that thing came out in like 2016 or something. So I mean, it's an old song now, but I like me some Bruno Mars. Very entertaining dude. You know, and not nasty, just kind of fun. So those are the things that I've picked up that I have really enjoyed, and enjoyed getting out on the moto, doing my riding. It's been a hell of a lot of fun, man. And then we get into these beautiful days that we're experiencing here, where it's up in the 70s, high 60s, 70s. I mean, praise Jesus. I'm gonna go up here to this Shell station and fuel up, because I save a whole nickel a gallon just by putting in some personal information I'm sure they use for advertising, and bombard the damn phone number that is attached to it. So that's what I got going on. Some things are just a pain in the ass. Like life. I have to adjust to the mounting with the new seat. I think maybe I just need to get more flexible. So I'm riding with my first real pair of gloves, a Klim, Klim Marrakesh. Alright, so let's head off. And that's just something I also learned about riding. Take your sweet ass time pulling out, because the cars can come zipping in and shit and they don't care. But, you know, it's just, you're a non-factor. You don't. So but what I'm doing here is just enjoying the day, baby.